Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I hope it's a motivated Monday. What a week. I appreciate having the weekend to reset, and I hope your weather, wherever you are, allowed you to get outside to both rest and reset. We're going to start on the mat today. So again, bringing your padding for knees if you need. We're going to stand on those knees and take a deep breath. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, expand the chest just slightly and your gaze towards the horizon or ceiling. Release and relax. Let's take the hands behind our hips and then just press in for that support and open the shoulders. All this with deep breathing to begin. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, this time let's take the hips towards the heels if you can. Use a bolster. Open the chest a little more deeply. Deep breath, inhale, stand, warming the thighs. Exhale, reach, sit on those heels and lift the ribs, looking overhead again, trying to open the shoulders. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, hopefully you'll feel a warming occur, just trying to add some heat to tease out some length in the body. You can see how subtle these movements are. Make them your own. Let's do this one more time. Deep breath, inhale. This time we're going to exhale and fold over ourselves on the mat, laying the hands for a child's pose. Head relaxes between the arms. You may need to open the knees up a little bit wider and take that fold again. This time perhaps getting that forehead to the mat. If that's too much, stack the hands and rest your forehead. And deep breath, inhale. Exhale, open through the hips. We're going to place the hands beneath the shoulders. Move into a 4-point position on your hands and knees, relaxing. Now for a deep cat-cow. Remembering we're always trying to create space, so pulling the mat into through our pinky fingers, opening the collarbone, pulling the shoulders down as you lift the head, releasing the abdomen and tilt of the spine. Go ahead and let your head get really heavy when you pull into that cat. Avoid shrugging, shortening the space between your ears and shoulders. You lengthen the neck and let that head get really heavy. Deep breath. Inhale. Great job. We're going to sit back on our heels. Take a deep breath, inhale. We've reached overhead. Now we're going to release one hand to the back of the opposite shoulder. Maybe it'll just be the back of your head. Wherever you can let that arm fold. Sometimes you can catch it on the back of your head and then pull your head to upright. If you like, you can relax this arm across for an added kind of postage stamp posture. I'm going to turn towards you a little bit more so you can see the ranges. If sitting up or standing rather on your knees is more comfortable, you can take that position as well. Let's exhale, relax the opposite hand to the back of that shoulder, using my head as leverage. A gentle release, opening the shoulders. This may be enough for you. A lot of people reaching overhead while creating space through the shoulders is really big work. Go ahead, deep breath, inhale, let's fold one more time. hands to your side, and then I'm just going to have you come up on your toes and change position to sitting, on your bottom. We're going to roll ourselves down gently onto our backs, anchoring the shoulders, imprinting the back of the head. Pull those heels towards your hands as you open the chest to imprint. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the hips into our bridge. Again, trying to maintain neck space. You may get to your ribs, the crest or shelf of your shoulder. And release. Tighten the abdomen, squeeze the glutes, push the hips high. Open the chest, exhale. Firmly planting those feet into the floor, squeezing your back pockets and then drawing the hips up. And then let's stay here for a breath. Just again, trying to find more room. Should be a little air bubble here between you and the mat. This is too much. Again, you can use your hands to support. If you have yoga blocks, those are also fantastic to put between you and the mat. Good job. Go ahead and relax the hips to the floor. We're going to pull the knees in. If you wake up typically sore in your back or hips, a lot of these movements can be done from bed. Often if we're in a rush and we hop out of bed and we feel all the spaces were tight, doing a sequence similar to this is really beneficial. Again, to teasing your body into that wake state and prepping it for the movements or tasks of the day. Well done. Let's take a deep breath. Reach overhead. Extend the arms and legs like you did. In fact, just wake up, as most of us probably did. If you're on replay, you may be good and warmed up. Let's pull the opposite knee into the chest. I always like to reach above or below the knee so as to not stress the joint. We don't want to pull up that knee. So you could take the hand behind the thigh. One more time, deep breath, inhale. Exhale, let's move into that full length stretch. Again, trying to create stretch, length in the body, using your breath to fuel or propel that movement. Good job. We're going to bring the hands to the hips this time, bringing the hips up. Let's do a running bridge. So you want to firmly corkscrew those feet into the foundation of your floor, and we're going to lift one heel up, trying not to let the hip drop. That's the challenge. We took the foot away, yet we're trying to maintain symmetry. Go ahead and lower that foot, deep breath. Reset your bridge, even reset to the mat if you need between each. Lift into your bridge, secure. Pulling your abdomen, the belt line we talked about. You're firmly pushing the mat away as well to get that lift. Again, trying not to see this hip drop or contort or that low back become unstable. Good job. So I showed the reset. We're going to do that 2 more times. Go ahead and re-engage into your glute bridge, and then we're going to lift for 1. Take a breath. Exhale. Let's set that foot down. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lift the opposite foot. Deep breath and exhale. We're switching. pushing off your feet so much without the shoulders being engaged that you're shimmy wiggling off your mat. Hopefully I'm not walking off the mat, but holding. One more time, deep breath. Inhale, lift into the bridge. Exhale, lift the leg. Bind through your middle, release. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, switch. I'm always taking a moment first to get my mind right. Good job, everybody. Big reach and release. Again, we'll pull those knees into the chest. This should feel really good. That intention of movement, thinking through what needs to be engaged. Let's draw some circles with those knees in one direction, like you're trying to break out of this hug. And then other direction, you're kind of rolling right to left across the hips or sacrum, like an egg on a countertop. Good job, everybody. Let's bring the feet to the floor. Deep breath. Inhale overhead. We're going to extend one leg up straight towards the ceiling. You're firmly pushing that right foot down and lifting the leg towards the ceiling as you pull the hips into the mat. We're going to lower and lift this leg. Now hands overhead is creating a little bit more work so that the shape of your spine isn't changing, but you've pulled the purse strings in tight, sealed the pelvic floor. And now we're going to hold at the top, circling the leg in one direction really slowly, but again making sure the back of both hips is still in place. I'm using this knee as the perimeter of this leg lift, so the control remains the same. Now let's do it in the opposite direction. Keeping both hips stable. You may be able to make a bigger circle, but the challenge is to take that range to the degree you can keep your hips from bobbling off the mat. You got it. Go ahead and release both legs. Deep breath. Inhale. Let's switch sides. Anchor the arms. Pull the shoulders, the head, imprinting into your mat. Extend the opposite leg. We're going to lower and lift. Again, keeping the shape of your spine, that duplex kind of cookie I refer to. The glutes, the abdomen, and then the purse strings. If you need to reset the leg to the mat, go for it. But if you can keep the control of this leg lift, hold for that stretch, lengthen, pull the hips into the mat, and circles. Again, if you see my leg, the planted leg, turning out, that means I'm compensating. I'm going to try and hug this imaginary midline. Now let's reverse those circles, last 5. And I'm trying to rotate from the hips. So these circles, as I reach, are actually massaging the back of the hip into the mat. Today at 11, we'll be doing a back and core segment. I think that's 5. Good job. Deep breath. Inhale. Can we bring ourselves all the way up to seated using the hands, head, neck, shoulders come up, draw up, really, really tall. And exhale, back down to the mat. Take your knees to the right. You can sweep the arms open, and T. And look to the opposite direction of your knees. The goal here is to keep both shoulders on the mat. Good job. Come back to center. Take the knees in the opposite direction. Arms open in that T. Big stretch. Some of you might be right here. We're not trying to torque or force, just letting body weight and gravity move us into these spaces. While breathing, try not to guard and clench and force. No one's watching, so we get to be our own guide and listen well to what the body is telling us this morning. Deep breath, everyone. Reach overhead. Exhale, bring the arms towards your hips. Draw the abdomen in nice and tight. And then breathe deeply for 5. Letting the back of your hands roll outward, your toes, knees and hips. Getting heavy and gently rolling outward as well. Deep breath, inhale, reach. Exhale, pull those knees into the chest. And then we're going to do a little circus trick hanging onto your legs. We're going to try to pull ourselves up, hanging on tightly. That's kind of the trick here. Start massaging the spine and then letting it roll ourselves all the way up to front and center. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope to start adding more classes, both according to that schedule, but more importantly, just having a catalog for you to pick and choose from. You can join me live. I'll try and give you some heads up in advance. That's always great. I'm going to wave to anyone who might be joining live. Have a fabulous week. Breathe deeply, rest well, hydrate often, and move more. That's our mantra. Have a great day.